welcome to another Species Spotlight. This week we're talking about the native turkey vultures. So you guys have probably seen them around. You'll see them up in the sky, circling high above. A lot of the times what they're doing are riding thermals. They're circling. You'll notice that they fly in almost a V shape, so that means that their wings are kind of set up like this so that their body's in a V. And these turkey vultures, as you probably know, vultures eat dead meat, right? So roadkill or dead cattle, things like that. They're called scavengers, and they eat carrion. So carrion is the dead, decomposing meat that they eat. What they're doing when they're flying around right now is they're actually smelling. They have an amazing sense of smell. They can sniff out that dead meat that they need to feast on, and then they'll swoop down and start eating at that. Now, a lot of the times you'll see a lot of vultures all in the same place eating the same carcass. So these guys, they're kind of polite in a sense. They kind of take turns. So only one turkey vulture will be eating at a time. Now, turkey vultures aren't the only vultures we have down here. These guys are distinctive because they have a red, bald head. All vultures have a bald head. That just means that there are no feathers on their head. And the turkey vultures have a very bright red head. The rest of their body is a dark brown color, and they have a very large wingspan. It's about 6 feet. Now, the other vulture that we have down here are called black vultures, and they look very similar. However, they have a black head, so they're pretty easy to identify. Also, black vultures have white markings on the tip of their wings, so you can see a difference between the two looking at them up in the sky. Black vultures are a little bit more aggressive than turkey vultures. Turkey vultures are less aggressive. Like I said, they take turns eating. And also, turkey vultures are the only ones that have that really good sense of smell. So black vultures literally just follow the turkey vultures to wherever the next meal might be. Now, a lot of people think of vultures and they think of them like they might carry diseases because they're eating dead meat, and maybe they think of them as like this evil kind of figure. They're eating dead meat, that's gross. Well, actually, they're super important to the environment, to a healthy environment, because they stop the spread of disease. So let's think about it. When an animal dies, a lot of the time it might die from a disease. And if it wasn't for the vultures, then maybe that dead animal would wash into a river or a lake or the ocean and carry that disease with it, contaminating the water supply. Or maybe another animal comes along and eats the dead meat and then gets sick from that disease and passes it on. Well, these turkey vultures will eat the dead meat even with the disease, and they won't get sick, so they'll stop the spread. How do they do that? They have a few different adaptations. So first of all, I mentioned that bald head. They don't have any feathers on their head. That keeps their head really clean, so it doesn't get all gunk and stuff on it whenever they're eating that dead meat. Number two, they have a super strong immune system. Your immune system is what keeps you healthy. It fights off different infections and diseases. So theirs is extremely strong, so they don't even get sick. And then third of all, I think this is pretty cool, their digestive system. So whenever you eat something, it goes in through your mouth, down your throat, into your stomach, right? In your stomach, you have different fluids that digest whatever food you're eating, and they're very acidic. So that means they have a low number on the pH scale. Well, these turkey vultures have a really, really extra acidic stomach. So that acidity just kills the disease-causing bacteria that would otherwise make them sick. So they're able to stay healthy. So for these reasons, these guys are actually super important to our ecosystem. They're migratory birds, but they're native to South Florida. They're native to almost the entire continental United States, up into Canada, and down into the Caribbean and Mexico. They actually migrate, like I mentioned, and they'll breed up north. So they'll breed up in like Canada or like northern United States. And whenever they do that, they will breed. It's actually kind of interesting. So two will pair up. They'll do what's called a follow flight. They'll literally follow each other in the air for about 3 hours, so a really long time. And they're just doing all these crazy twisting maneuvers, things like that. It's like a courtship display. Eventually they'll mate, and then the female will deposit her egg, not in a real nest. She'll lay it on the ground in a protected area, so maybe in a bunch of palm fronds or a hollow log, things like that. She'll lay 1 to 3 eggs at a time, and then both the male and female help to take care of the eggs. So they'll both take turns incubating the eggs, and then once the hatchlings have hatched, they will take turn feeding that hatchling until it's ready to fly off and be independent. So I hope that you learned a lot about vultures. I know that I did, and I think that they're pretty awesome and special. So we'll see you next week.